What up, people? So, got some fun news. Gary's a pussy, and he decided not to show up. So, looks like we're gonna have a nice little open panel.
Arf.
Jay.
Yes.
So, yeah, Gary didn't show. Pushed out. Now what? Now we make fun of him?
Yeah, we pretty much roast him.
All right, sounds good to me. Shit.
Yeah, roast him and hopefully he'll pop up.
Hey, everyone hear me in the chat?
Gary, come out and play. Gary, come out and play.
Awesome, awesome. Well, then
Gary
I'm gonna
won't
see
come
if
out
this
and
video.
play.
I'm gonna see if I can get that video to play again.
What video?
You know, the stolen one. Oh, my stolen merchandise. No,
The
I roll.
solo audio and the visual.
That shit actually took me a long time to make, man. I'm proud of it. Shut up.
Took you a long time to steal it.
No, it was the stealing part was the easy part. It didn't take me long at
What
all.
did you just put the link in the website and then download it?
Yeah. And then splice it and cut it up. What up, Ted? How you doing, my friend? Cat size, Troy. Big Ed's in the house. Since Gary's a pussy, Ed will come in. Can have some conversation about that. But first, I'm gonna make Jay listen to this thing like this 10th time now.
Uh-huh. Uh,
For real, you probably heard what, how many, six, seven times now?
what's that?
You probably heard this thing about six or seven times now.
Nah, each time you played it, I can't hear it. Only you can hear it. Ah.
Fire.
And the people can hear it. I can't hear
Good. I don't want you to copyright me or nothing.
it. I cannot wait until the day that you steal a song and it says Sean G has attempted to use your content. That day will be a lovely day. Sean G.
I see what the problem is.
What the
Get to
theft?
watching Jay. Yep.
Hurry up.
Because Jay because Jake keeps hacking the shit,
I
and it's all good because I think you
didn't
guys
hack
watch
any.
that shit again.
I didn't hack anything, ma'am.
I know. I just suck ass at this. Uh, yeah, we'll watch it again later, guys. I just have to figure out how to do it. Now, so what ended up happening is Gary decided not to show up. Sent him invites, sent him everything. And he decided that he had better things to do.
Mr. Rhodes.
So I guess what we'll do is we'll open up the panel. You know, I got to get my boy Ed in here. Yeah, he can tell you about that dude that was on Dreads earlier because that was horrible. That guy was just he made up his own everything.
He's just making up stuff as he went.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. What's up, Ed? How you doing, man?
What's
Good,
good?
man. Well, peace to all my
Yeah, I was just
melanated
telling
people out
Jay
there.
about your. I was just telling Jay about your boy on the on Dreads earlier.
That was your boy.
That was your boy. I had nothing to do with that shit.
Talking about y'all knew each other. He came on the panel because he knew you.
Shit, get out your mind.
Exposed. Exposed.
Where's he at? Let's get him back on here. That was entertaining. Yeah, at least he had a better
Yeah,
conversation than Gary did.
he was on some real dumb shit. Shit was funny though
Yeah.
after a while. That's why I had to get back in the conversation, but then he just started saying some more frivolous shit. It just threw me through one.
I really hope he was trolling because otherwise it was pretty bad.
Like he was dead serious. He said that shit with too much confidence.
Nah, he
Yeah, it
was
was pretty
dead
bad.
serious.
Yeah, so I guess I have to change my title to Gary's a pussy and call him out some other time, see what the hell happened to his bitch ass. So what you been up
Gary
to,
your
Ed?
second life.
Shit. I'm just letting everyone
Working.
know. I officially have the fastest body bag on Exposed. Thanks to Gary.
The express body bag. Buy it now.
Not to mention, I had woken up maybe 3 minutes before that. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
What?
How about you weren't even there? Shut up, man. I can't have a conversation with you.
Hey, ma'am, settle down. All right.
Yeah. So I've overcome the whole satellite thing, Ed. So we're gonna go ahead and bring it up here.
What you mean?
You know, Big Bang and all that stuff. I haven't figured it out yet. I think I still think of the Big Bang. I think that's how it started. It makes more sense to me
It makes
than
more sense to me too.
yeah, it makes more
Just
sense
because you
than
go
someone snapping their
Just because you
fingers.
go away from the globe don't mean you accept everything from flat Earth. I say that a lot.
Oh, that's exactly how I feel about it. That was my whole reason I even wanted to go to debate Gary. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he had that view. You know, all flat earthers think there's a dome, but not me.
Who wants the link? Should I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Get prepared to get steamrolled.
Oh, fuck that. I got controls right here.
Talking over everybody. I mean, I legit got a delay because I'm on my phone. But so if I talk over anybody, that's my bad. My brother.
Nick, what's
Yeah,
up, man? I ain't seen you in a while.
yeah, it's MIA for a while. What was that? Oh, I shouldn't even, man, my bad. Ted. You want to come on the panel? I'd like to hear. I need Legendary to get up, get his ass up. I know he's probably sleeping right now, but we need to talk about his issues because he got some major issues that we need to discuss.
Oh, you mean with the rocks and the
Yeah,
vagina without his
let's
having
keep it
sex?
real. No, you know what? I don't even want to say it until he's here because it's some shit. It's some crazy shit that I feel I need to involve him when he's here
He was talking.
to talk about.
He was talking about how rocks.
No, man, just not yet.
Okay.
Men and or women and children, please cover your earlobes. It's about to get real. Yeah, your boy Legendary. He's into some rock porn.
Yeah.
The fuck are you talking about?
Legendary showed me a video the other day. Um,
Oh.
it was he believes there were giants, and he showed me some showed me showed me some rock vaginas and stuff. It's
Y'all watched the porn magazine together, basically. Is what you telling me?
I mean, it was rocks that he says are giants.
Yes or no? Y'all watched the porn magazine together?
You know what? It was rock porn. Yeah, I
Yes or
can't even.
no? Yes or
There's no.
no?
Yes. I can't even say no. That's exactly. It was rock porn, and it was wrong. And we watched it as a group. Tiffany
Oh,
was
so now you
there.
under the bus. Okay.
Jay was there. Yeah, I'm throwing everyone under the bus that was there.
What was
You
it?
know,
Yeah, you're gonna be here too because I'm gonna share as I figure out this whole fucking the
I'm
the
gonna make sure
volume part.
I'm gonna make sure your shit gets strike tonight.
I think that's what you're here for, Ed, because I don't think very many people understand what you've been doing on the side. Been messing with you.
What are you talking about?
First of all, we are not a wrench gang. It's the Mod Squad.
No, fuck my squad
Frontline.
is wrench game. I've been gaining since I've been on the internet for about what?
Oh man, it's
9 months, 10 months? It's wrench game.
front
It was wrench
front.
game before it said my squad.
Yeah, well, I took that shit over.
No, Dredd
I made
started
my
it.
soldiers.
Make a coup on Mod Squad.
I made it what it is today. Frontline Mod Squad soldiers. You just mad.
I ain't mad
Cyrock
at nothing. It's wrench game.
hey, you're cool now because Cyrock's cool now. But
What the fuck that got to do? What the you heard that shit?
because nobody realizes that me and you, we've been on the side, do chat, building and everything. But then when I get off, you and him go on that other channel, and you'd be like, you trying to debunk flat Earth.
No, that shit had me rolling. You talking about what was it? The ice ring?
Yeah.
And when I
What
I was like, you trying to have me ride against my own side?
yeah,
I thought he was
so
giving me
a panel just to be on. That's what he do that
no,
panel with
that was
starting.
solid. That was solid what you just said. I thought he was
Uh,
giving me trying to have me explain the concept and showing my view on it, but basically he was having me debunk it. Like that was
yeah,
fucked up.
yeah. And then halfway through the stream, he changed the title. Yeah, on a few of them he did that. Yeah,
What do you put?
and then he'd be like, "Hey, watch this. Snap your fingers. Bam, you're gone."
I remember one day we was talking about something and he gonna put in the title like he beat up on Ed. I started rolling. Like you didn't hear nothing I just said? Yeah. I didn't know he did that one that time though. I don't care, he good.
See, because when he went over to Dreads and he was trying to do that whole the crystals and the stuff like that, I was like,
Yeah, I be at
wait,
work.
wait, wait.
I don't know what the fuck be going on. I'm missing everything.
Okay, so he went on yeah, he went on trying to say that we were talking about meteors and all that stuff because I was trying to explain to him I still believe meteors fell and all that stuff, and I was trying
Yeah,
to
I do.
and I was thinking I ain't gonna fuck it. I was debunking the shit out of Bro Sanchez's video of the craters in the quarry thing, and
Oh, ever
it
since the last day I was on this panel, I ain't looked at it, so I don't know what it
no
was.
he did it a while ago when it was all good still. Um, but I basically I showed exactly how it's not the same, and so Syra took that as okay, he's on my side. So he went to Dreads and was like, yeah, meteors, this and that, right, Sean? Oh, wait. I went, whoa, really? Did you just do that? But see, that's the
You
thing.
was on
Like,
the side. That's
huh?
your point of view.
Yeah, but like most Glovers who who think that a flat earther that thinks a certain way is going to just agree with him if they, one thing's the same, different from everyone else. But it was like, hey man, I doesn't mean I figured it all out, and the things I have figured out, don't you try to use them because it's not going to work. Yeah, it was funny, but Cyra's now the token Glober, so I was there once. But on the real though, you guys should subscribe to him. The dude is actually he's got a lot of knowledge. I was on his link after he went to work the other day, and for about 45 minutes, he just built, man. I didn't realize how smart that brother is. He's got a lot
Hey,
of information.
Damn, Jamaican, who you
you
cussing out?
uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Damn, you already getting a fight? I don't even see a troll in here to fight with.
Probably talking and he said the wrong thing to himself.
Yeah, Jamaican. Gary pussied out. He didn't show up.
Who is Gary? I'll talk
Matter
to
of
him.
fact, um, you may have seen him on Dreads before, but he he's a Glover that's just obnoxious and tries to tongue tie you when he's trying to debate you. And what is the other morning I got on? It was at the end, but I got on and he was trying to trying to use surveyor knowledge about it and was just dead wrong about everything. And I fought back the shit out of him. So he called me a liar. I wasn't a surveyor, so I decided I was gonna challenge his ass. I said, so I messaged him, hey Gary, why don't we uh why don't we debate, man? In fact, let me show everybody so everyone so he can't go around talking about I'm talking shit for no reason. This time I'm gonna share with everyone, not just the fucking hangout.
That's wrong, Jamaican Titan. He's a junior. You're talking to his dad. That's real fucked up. That's real fucked up.
Oh, I see what I gotta do.
Where's
So I'll go
Jamaican going?
here. I have no idea. Did you invite him in? I would love to
Jamaican,
find out.
I ain't never seen Jamaican on this one. He going hard.
Oh no, you guys don't get it. Ever since all that shit went down, he made a video and everything. Jay, you think
Oh,
we got snipers in the hills? That mother got some snipers in the hills, and he is not playing.
Who?
Jamaican going crazy right now.
Hey, ain't nobody got as much artillery as me when it comes to the hills.
Hey, just watch out. Don't get in his way.
Sean, you don't even know how many I got hills.
Unfortunately, I do.
No, you don't. You know,
First of all, I don't
one
want to
of them.
share his shit. Yeah, so see right here, you guys can see it. I haven't even done it yet. Hang on. I want to pull it up so that way it's ready. You guys don't have to watch me fumble through all this crap.
Jamaican is
All right.
going hand.
All right, I'll go ahead and share it now. All right. So, as you can see, 2 day called him out. Said, let's do this one on one. And he went through all his little, how I'm going to do it and blah, blah, blah. And then the last time he messaged was 3 hours ago, telling me to shoot a link over his Gmail account and to join in before it started to talk about it. He tried to make it his own little way. Huh?
He was gonna try to bribe you. Be like, I'll give you 50 bucks if you let me win.
He tried to make it. My favorite part is in these messages, he's all, okay, so basically what he was saying was, all right, so we're going to debate flat Earth. And he's all, so basically you're gonna put your point across, and I'm gonna debunk it. And that's when I caught on it and said, hey, motherfucker, you got to prove you're fucking ball Earth.
Yeah, he was trying to get it one-sided. So, he was trying to put you on defense.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, that was the thing. That's what he was doing on when he went to Dread. He was trying to make everyone. He was basically trying to make everyone discuss it like it was a fucking ball, and no one was having it. And that's why he was getting all pissed off about it.
Yeah, it was funny when he get mad. Like he shrink when he get mad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Then then fucking to find out fucking Dread's all his mods got fucking taken off today, Jay.
We cleaned house. That's what that was.
He had he had to re-wrench everyone. So that means you don't even have a wrench in his chat or in his place right now.
Yeah. I mean, that was badly needed. It was badly needed.
Well, the worst part about it is or actually, I don't think I was sitting in there watching the back chat the whole time, and no one even popped on. So I don't even think any of the trolls got on.
Want to get down right now?
Yeah. So basically, I called him out, and that pissed me. I was ready to go. Man.
I was in the hills ready too.
That's some bitch ass shit right there.
I told you he was probably trolling.
Yeah, man. I want everyone to go to that fucker's page and message on the first video that Gary is a fucking pussy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the link to that video that he put so the video that I was commenting on that he has on here, it was something he thinks he debunked Dreads at some point. And in the title it said, "You've been exposed, get exposed, debunk flat Earth." And it says unedited. I watched 14 minutes of that video and it was nothing but clips.
Flappers didn't make it tight right now. When he gave me his PSC, I'm flopping you any chance I get in something. I don't even know how to do it. I'm talking shit.
So what I want is everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the chat, and I would like everyone to go to this page, this video right here, and call that motherfucker pussy in his chat. Going up.
So you want everybody to bully him, huh?
Yes. Because what happened? Because he called me a liar, and I don't appreciate that shit. Second, I sent him an invite and he didn't show up. And if I had fucked up on sending that invite, his bitch ass could show up in this chat and say, "I'm here." But he's not. And as far as I'm concerned, that's another win for Flat Earth.
Facts.
So what do I go? Nick, do I go to the search bar in the friends list? That's how I find them. I'm talking in the chat.
Yeah, you guys over here networking and shit. You guys stay in the chat with that shit. With your fucking PS4. Man, PS4, you got little T-Rex hands. Yeah, so went from a debate to now it's just an open panel. See what's going down. Have some discussions about some shit. But I'm in that debate mode. Fuck.
I'm in debate mode too. I really want to get back into
Debate.
it like I was. I was serious today.
You what?
I really want to get back into debating how I was. I really
Yeah,
like
you were
that.
saying. Yeah, you were saying that on Dreads that you wanted to get back into doing that. You have been gone for a minute.
Like 2 months, feel like 2-3 months or something.
I just figured you were using all that time to fuel up and get ready for war when it comes to it. What was it? Maybe this past few months, like past few weeks, finally got that confidence. Like, let's do this. Let's fucking debate.
Oh, I gotta do all the little bullshit on this thing. Not just gotta put the little bullshit lines at the bottom and all that. Okay. My bad. I'm
I ain't
talking
gonna
too
lie.
loud.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm trying to find a dude right now for you.
Say it again. You trying to what?
I'm trying to find that guy, Dylon.
Yeah, Dylon. He the
If
best
I can get
rapper
him.
alive.
If I, hey, I know he's a troll because I'm looking at the back chat right now, and his name and his picture, or the picture is gone.
3-1. Okay.
I want him on just because that's entertainment,
Yeah, still saying I can't find you.
and I'm not gonna bullshit at all. I want him in here because that is his pure views. Everyone and their mama will come and watch that shit if he's on again. That was just the best shit on earth.
What earth are you talking about?
Flat Earth, bitch.
Oh, now I got you. I got you.
Hey man,
I want to figure how the fuck.
I will come over there and I will steal that stuff. Yeah, I heard.
No, seriously, I gotta figure out why fuck that my screen share didn't play this. Yeah, well, everything. Your boy Gary, he didn't show. He's a pussy. So now we're just bullshitting. So upset.
It's not nice.
It's not nice, but he's a pussy, and I'm very upset that he didn't show up. Very pissed. Man, you don't even know I'm pissed. So, like I said, everyone new to this chat, I'd like you to go to this video that he has because you can't chat, you can't post anywhere on this shit except for this video, and let him know he's a fucking pussy.
The balance.
I already called him out, sent him an invite. He agreed to it. Everything. He was supposed to be here an hour ago. I've been dealing with Jay in this freaking hangout for an hour.
Ah, ah, ah.
Kind of frustrating. But
Ed, you
other
look
than that,
surprised. You look surprised. Like,
No,
he
I'm trying to find something on my PlayStation, and I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing.
my brother.
uh Jamaican on that account. When I did it, it switched over to that King James one, and then but I know for sure that it wasn't him.
Wait, what happened?
Man, this is an A-B conversation, so see your way out of it.
Look, midget, you
Yeah,
don't.
he is
You
short than
haven't
a
even
motherfucker,
like.
y'all. He about like
Did you,
5'3",
so hang on.
5'5", no higher than 5'5", right?
Okay.
How tall are you, Sean?
Did you put that
No,
link
no, no, no. Hey,
into
yo,
the
Ed.
chat?
Yo, Ed.
I mean,
If you
I
go
like
back and
Uber.
look at
Uber's the
the.
man.
No,
See how
no, no.
he trying to get away from our conversation. Sean, how tall are you?
I'm 5'7.5".
5'7"? Okay, he threw the half in it to make him seem like a little bit of, okay, I'll give you that.
No,
Five
no,
Nah,
seven.
I'm 5'8" with shoes on.
yo,
He
Ed.
got a
He
little bit of weight
lying.
on him, y'all. He ain't just no little motherfucker.
If you go on past
But I'm
streams and watch him when he was debating, you'll see him looking up at the screen. Why?
at the what?
That nigga is 3'11".
Wow. It's like that. Hey, first of all, motherfuckers,
He take his
you
shirt
guys are
off
in
to
my
make him look big.
you guys are in my shit. So I don't appreciate that. What's up, Uber? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, my bad. I had to turn the volume up while I turned those two down. This is my house, my show. I say when you guys talk. Remember that shit.
Are you
You
in a
guys done?
hurricane?
Yeah, where the hell are you? You're making all that damn noise.
Oh, dude, my bad. I'm actually in the garage about to take a dab. I didn't realize that it was making that much noise.
You know what?
I will
Yeah,
go
That's a
ahead
good.
and I will go ahead and
yeah.
mute
It
myself
sound like
real
you.
quick.
Okay, that's another thing. Since when you motherfuckers have to do all these dabs, waxes, and all this? Why can't people just smoke weed like we used to in the old days? Just roll that shit up in a blunt joint. I don't care. You put it in a bong. Doesn't matter. Just smoke
Oh,
regular fucking weed.
dude, I still
Mhm.
do, but because of being out in the public with like marketing and stuff like that, dude, they really don't appreciate when you walk up smelling like Bob Marley. So,
And first of all,
I,
it's 2017. I know you live in California, as I do, and Ed does. No one gives a fuck. Not one person cares.
you know what? I don't need anyone that gets in my car. And if I like smoked a joint earlier in the day, like them getting in my car and reporting me to Uber
Has
because
that
they
happened?
think that I'm like intoxicated.
Has that happened yet?
Dude, it
Yeah.
happens all the time to people where they just, dude, all you have to do is be accused of it and you're off the grid, dude. You're done. Just
I'm
an
good.
accusation.
Fuck that. That's first of all, I wouldn't do Uber because I don't like people enough to have them. Since a multiple amount of people just jump in my car.
Facts.
Let's get in this chat, see what's going on. What's up, everything? Jamaican still? What the hell?
It sounded like my man's hopped in the washer and the dryer at the same time.
Oh, Titan. Titan, I'm telling you right now, that was not him. That was fake. He's on the same shit.
Dude, so
I'm
that's
just
kind of
saying, man.
sad that Tiff's got those trolls after her ass. That sucks.
Well,
They
trust me.
they
Yeah,
won't
there's
let up. They,
a lot of people have it as but it's a little different. She got like a whole little family that are involved that they involved, which is pretty much bitch shit. But at the same time, I'm ready to go on the offensive. No more playing with the ass. No more.
I believe there's actually a hashtag for that called Flat Earth Offensive.
Yeah, yeah. It's D Marbles.
Exactly.
It's also on my what's up?
I thought that was yours.
No, I do a hashtag Flat Earth Frontline.
Oh, I'll take the killer.
Now he's been a hashtag offensive forever.
Hey, is that all lowercase on the Flat Earth Frontline?
I would like it not to be, but no, not on the air. No, what I got right now. I try to capitalize everything.
I'm
I
stealing
don't
that and
speak
I'm
it. I yell it.
trademarking it.
Go ahead. Yeah, you can steal whatever you want of mine. Cause I'm just gonna steal it back. Plus all the rest of your shit.
Oh, dude, I was wondering in case, well, because isn't the way hashtags work is when you tag like with Instagram, right? If you tag it with a hashtag, aren't more people able to see it?
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't really. I just started doing that whole hashtag shit. But realistically, I don't even know anything about. I don't know how that shit works.
Either do I. All I know is when I first started with an Instagram account, like there was like no one that was viewing the pictures or anything, and I was like, "What the hell?" And my little brother told me like, "Well, what hashtags are you putting on it?" And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about hashtags, bro? Like, I'm posting pictures." And he goes, "Well, dude, that's how everyone sees your pictures is through the hashtags." And so
True.
I started hashtagging it with like just all kinds of flat Earth crap, dude. Like hashtag NASA lies, hashtag because when they if you click on a hashtag, it links to something, dude.
Some more hashtags.
Oh, I know. I'm not computer savvy like that. I barely trust me. I'm happy and lucky that the stream is going through right now. I've already played a video with I guess no sound for some reason. I wish it sound. I'm gonna make it
Because it's
again.
stolen. It's stolen. That's why I had no sound.
Actually, I could. No, I'm gonna do that to people. Not yet. I'm gonna figure this out. One day I'll figure it out. I will. You'll see.
The backline soldier.
Yeah, man. Damn. I was ready to. I had all my fucking files up. I can close those now. Before crash. My whole thing will crash if I don't. Prepare. Yeah. So what you been doing, Ed? What you been looking up? Or better yet, what are you looking to bake?
You breaking up? You asked me what I've been doing. Just been working, trying to just keep my mind on things that I'm really interested in, stuff like that.
Go. Hang on. In, Infected Joker. I'm looking at the chat. What's up? I'm not really looking at the chat, but what's up? And I know not paying attention to the chat. But then again, I'm actually talking to people, so it's kind of hard to do both. I think they're talking about him on it. Where do I know him from? Infected Joker.
Being camp.
Man,
I was just about to
you
say
got
that.
issues. Yeah, you got issues too. We've already established that shit.
Hey, so I'm pretty sure this is a stupid question, but you guys ever come across Red's rhetoric?
Used to.
I have not.
He's about the only. He's about the only. He's an asshole, but he's a funny asshole.
Yeah, you know what? He's actually, yeah, I completely agree. He's an asshole, but he's kind of like a like a chivalrous asshole, you know? Like he he actually does have manners. It's just you can tell he just chooses not to use them at some points. But he seems like a I don't know. I think I might want to chat with him because
Hey, be appropriate.
I saw
Oh,
him
I see.
uh, talking with like Jaren, and I saw him talking with a couple other people actually. and I think it'd be a good conversation. You know.
Hang on 1 second. Keep talking.
One at a time, please.
What I do?
No,
Yeah, don't everybody jump up at the same
I'm
time,
dealing
right?
with some shit in the chat right now. You guys talk, damn it. Jay, talk.
Huh? What'd you say, Thief?
It's Mr. Thief to you. Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
just so everyone understands, hang on. Everyone understands in the chat. Uh, there's a tight-knit community of flat earthers that I will forever protect and stay loyal to. So if you have, been mean to talk shit, I got their back over everybody else. So sorry. If you don't like it, it's okay. Level, don't ban level. I got to talk to him, but at the same time, I do have to respect some people in the chat, so I can't just run around my.
Why did he take his wrench?
Apparently, he was talking shit to a few people in our fam.
He don't know these
And
motherfuckers.
I gotta stay loyal. Hey, you know what? You're the family too, Ed. You mod squad.
He just met me 2 weeks
squad.
ago. He talked to me 4 times,
y'all. Why you doing that shit, Ed? Shut up. We brothers, man.
He tried to fight me and everything, y'all. He sent me all type of threatening messages and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm snitching.
Yeah, he's snitching and shit.
Damn, these abandoned. All right, well, I can't do nothing about that. Nah, man. You wanted to kill me. And I don't even know why.
See, he's lying. See, now he's lying. He's lying now.
He threatened me. He told me he was going to shoot me in my face.
What?
Yeah, I heard it.
What I said?
Huh?
What you say? I said?
I was talking about it.
Yeah, he was threatening me online, y'all. It's on record.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about our wonderful video I made. I love that one.
Oh, and that I forgot about that. He made a threatening video too. I forgot all about that. That happened like 2-3 days ago.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
My God, dude, I'm loving this. This is so hilarious.
Hey, everybody, I put so much work.
What type of person Sean is?
I'm crazy. They all know it. Everyone knows it. And if they don't, they will eventually.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dude, we're all
straight.
a little crazy.
He's a land surveyor. He know just the angle and all that. Y'all watch out for him.
I know just the angle for what? To figure everything out.
Yeah.
So you're saying like I'm like a Freemason?
You said that.
Oh, I'm snitching.
But you're implying it, aren't you?
No, you just implied that. I never said nothing to the sort.
Wait, if I remember correctly, I was talking to somebody. Wait, it wasn't. No, I don't think it was Sean. Wait, Sean, are you an actual Mason, dude? Not like a Freemason, but are you like a Mason, like with brickwork and stuff like that?
Hell no, I don't get my hands dirty. I'm a surveyor, man.
Okay.
We're in heavy equipment. I don't do all that.
Well, no, just because I was having a conversation with someone one time where they told me that, you know what, it might have been,
it might have been smoke all those dabs. If you didn't smoke all those dabs, you remember.
Well, no, dude, check this out. Well, he was an actual Mason, dude. Like he worked with like block and stuff. It was funny because when he introduced himself, he was like, and he was telling me what he did. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a Mason," and I go, "Really, a Mason?" And he goes, "Yeah, not like a Freemason. Like I actually do like brickwork and block work and stuff. Like he's an actual Mason. He does masonry work. Like
A
it was kind of
bricklayer.
interesting. Yeah. It was interesting meeting someone that actually was supposed to have that title. You know, not just someone that dresses up and does a bunch of rituals and says that they're a Freemason.
I wish I'd love to have a Freemason on right now. I got a lot of questions for them.
Oh, dude, I
Hey,
would love to
damn it,
pick
Jay.
someone's brain.
Do it. Do it.
No, I could have it.
Dude, I bet you I could find a Freemason. If I did, would you have him on the panel? Would you? Do you want to do a panel with him? If I can find one,
Yeah, absolutely.
dude, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I don't know. I've never really had a conversation with one enough to know how they act like that.
Oh,
But
you know what? I haven't had one recently since I've learned about the flat Earth, so I couldn't really tell you on that line. But the other ones I've met, where I've talked to them about, because when I talk to them like on their level about scripture and stuff, and I'm able to lay things out to where what they're doing makes no sense if they actually believe the book that they say they believe. And so, uh, like, it's actually a pretty decent conversation.
well, the thing is, you
Uh,
got to remember that the Masons have been around so long, and there's so many factions of them now that I doubt that the Masons around now have the same point of views or knowledge of what was going on before. You know what I mean?
oh, dude, I completely understand. Especially with the way technology's advanced and we've been able to do things now. Uh, but I think as far as like the occultic stuff, like the if you want to call it magic stuff, I guess, like Albert Pike, Aleister Crowley kind of crap, you know? Uh,
I think a lot of people have a different view of what the Freemasons are about. See, I actually my dad he had a really good buddy that was a air super old. He was like basically I think he was in his teens or in the 1940s. I was having a conversation with him about it, and he was telling me how flat Earth was pretty big in the 40s, 50s, and then kind of almost got squashed out by by like police and
by the
you know
moon
big
landings,
groups.
by NASA being formed, stuff like that, right?
And
Because that's all around the same time, right?
yeah, he was telling me that basically the Freemasons, 1,000, 2,000 years ago, basically the whole responsibility was to figure out numbers that matched that would make it so that the average person could do the math themselves and would believe it was a globe. But at the same time, the numbers that are given have to be believable. So I mean, it's like a whole equation of how they figured out how they could make the Earth sound round, and how they can make planets seem far away, and all that kind of stuff. It's it's a crazy ass thing. I started writing pretty much writing down when I was talking to him about it. So I'm trying to figure out how to trying to make it make it something I could read to you guys and make sense. But dude's super old and he doesn't like seriously. He has no clue what a hangout
Oh,
is.
dude, I completely understand because I was actually the other day it hit me like a ton of bricks when I was talking to someone about some math equation and in the equation like the way we're taught in math is if you times -2 times -2
you get a +1. Like that doesn't make any sense, you know?
Say it
Like
again.
like if you times -2 times -2, you get a +1 in math. Like if you times a
Because
negative
you're
number times another negative number, like you get like it gives you a
because
positive. It's
anything times one is itself, isn't it?
well, but the thing is like okay, let's think about this in just natural terms, okay? And let's see if we can do this on just a regular basis. If I don't have two apples, right? And you're supposed to give me two apples, but you don't have two apples to give me. You need two apples to give me. So I don't have two apples now. I can't get two apples from you. So you're not able to give it to me. How in any way do I now have one apple?
Because they still exist.
Well, I do understand that apples exist, but how in this equation did I just gain one apple? This apple just freaking magically appeared between us out of nowhere.
I know what you're saying doesn't even make sense to try to answer. There's a lot of stuff like that.
I see what you mean.
Ed, it's actually pretty cool. Ed
Like,
put me on.
okay, I mean, it's two negative numbers. If I don't have two of something and I don't gain two of something because I'm timesing it by a negative
See what it
amount,
is you got to be cool.
how do I now have one? That makes
I,
no sense
it
because
does.
there was no apples anywhere now.
It can make sense. I'm not sure where exactly, but it could. It's
that's I see how that could happen.
oh yeah, I almost forgot. People that are in here. Troll, I see you. Cop tell Gary's a fucking pussy. Don't forget. Hashtag Gary's a pussy. Yeah, actually, it's pretty great. I'm doing a lot of research on pull out my handy dandy notes.
Well, check this out. There's
Yeah, I do.
actually a Freemason app that you can download in the Google Play Store. And the reason why I downloaded it for like it's like $3 and you have it for like
You spent money on
lifetime.
an app that you're not even a part of.
Well, and the reason why I got it was because I was reading I was reading the reviews on it, right? And I read through quite a few of them and it was interesting because a lot of them like use this app as a tool when they're recruiting new members. It's basically just like a gigantic like dictionary on like
See, that's the other thing.
everything.
So let's say it's 2,500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, Freemasons were like secretive, like no one knew about them. You realize that to become a Freemason has become a completely different aspect, right? Like completely.
Well, it's kind of interesting because uh like and I understand what you're saying and dude, if this is just another stage of like deception, that's like touche on them because that was insane because there were so many reviews that were talking about like hey, is it why is this out here? Isn't this secret? Like and they were
Well, see,
Freemasons themselves. They were like, why is this out in the public? Like they were questioning
well,
it.
when they became public, that was when they needed more people, and it's kind of hard to recruit mass amounts of people that you need without being known.
I've heard that from Freemasons as well. I've heard that they said that in their lifetime they've noticed a swing of where they were recruiting a little bit and then they stopped and then it picked up again. Like it
Well,
like there was like a
now,
wave.
if you're willing to pay, anybody can be a Freemason. Here in San Diego, there's I think there's about 5 different chapters of Freemasons.
Yeah, I see buildings quite a bit.
Yeah, we got Scottish Rite is down here. That's Freemason.
My grandfather, my grandfather was actually a uh or no, my great grandfather was a Scottish Rite Freemason.
Well, see, that's the thing. Maybe back in the day, they used to be all like occultish and shit. Now it's I don't think it's the same thing anymore. It's definitely not what it used to be. It's definitely not government ran anymore. So it's definitely not something. It's not something you can compare to, 1,000 years ago when they were doing some shady shit and were
Well,
hiding things from everybody.
I just find some of this information in this app very interesting. That's all. Because like the fact that a lot of them were using it as a tool, uh, it was. I mean, and the information in there. Because okay, I grew up in the Mormon Church. The Mormon Church is very heavily tied in with uh, like the Freemason rituals and stuff. Because Joseph Smith was a high-ranking Freemason.
That dude was a pimp. Anybody that could pick up a book and tell them some imaginary shit and then a whole mass of people follow, that is some fucking pimp shit right there. That is some crazy, crazy shit. And it
You
just
know
boggles my
what?
mind how that works.
What? What's insane is all of the
It,
people that were around him that the church teaches that saw the plates, right? That he supposedly translated. Apparently, none of them saw these plates.
well, see, the thing is when that happened, it was a time when you look at a book and you read a book and you think it's normal. There was actually a time where priests and high, like rich families were the only ones that could read. So when anytime these people read to other people, they were able to say anything they want, and communities, mass communities, took it all in because they couldn't. It was unheard of for one, to read in your mind. So you know how you read to yourself. That
Yeah.
wasn't a thing back then. It wasn't something anyone would do, or only a handful of people were able to do. It wasn't mainstream. Like everyone reads to themselves now. It wasn't like that.
Well, yeah, that's something that's like ingrained in us in school. Read quietly. Like I can remember hearing those words all the time.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of things that have
Well,
definitely changed.
like check this out, dude. He was completely caught red-handed with this one, and I don't understand why more Mormons don't realize this. There's a part of their book called like the Pearl of Great Price, the Book of Abraham. It's at the end of their Book of Mormon, right?
Mhm.
It's considered scripture because Joseph Smith received this off of a piece of papyrus uh, that was Egyptian that he supposedly translated, even though he didn't speak Egyptian.
Well,
So
that
the
was
thing
it's
is
possible
nobody back then knew how to speak Egyptian,
or read.
but yeah, basically. But he was he was very educated. But dude, it was insane because he gave this like whole story about this like picture that later on, because now we know things about ancient Egypt because we have like
See,
we're able to translate that stuff a little bit.
okay, so check this out. This is the issue I have with those type of things. Everyone who translates Egyptian, Mayan, anything basically, um, they're not 100% interpretation of what is said. Um, so the person to figure out what it says, it's what they thought it said. and the next person, it's the same thing over and over again. So as far as we honestly know, because there's nobody from then to translate it to us now.
That's
Could
what
tell
I say,
completely
bro.
different from what so completely different from what was originally said. It's ridiculous. Someone said something to me. I don't remember who it was. It was someone here or that said, basically, winner of wars are the ones who tell the history. So for all we know,
Yeah.
history could be so completely different from what it really was based on who was telling the story. It's no one knows. It's impossible to know. For all we know, the fucking pyramids were made because some spoiled brat fucking prince wanted fucking pyramids, and that's all there is fucking to it. And he fucking had a field day coloring all over the damn things, and they mean nothing. For all we know, I mean, realistically, we know that's not it. But for the point of what I'm saying, that's could have very happened. So when I hear translation this and translation that, I take it very with a grain of salt, because no one today can know exactly what it is.
True, good point. Especially how it's like pronounced and stuff. That's always a very well spoken argument all the time, you know?
Yeah,
Because
that's
dude,
why I say
I'm the kind of person that
you
I
can
like to listen
go
to both sides of it.
yeah, but you can go to Google Translate and use any language and type something. And if you have someone that speaks that language, and you send it to Lily and tell you that makes no sense what you're saying to me.
Well, yeah, as far as like the picture languages and stuff, yeah, I get that. But when it gets into like Greek and stuff and some other languages where it's broken down into letters and you're able to find the alphabet, like it's
But see, here's the other thing: Greek you can't say, and Latin you can't say, because those are actually ones that are so new age, so to speak, that I believe those can be translated, because Egyptian is so much older. I mean, when Greek and all and Romans and all that stuff was around, by that time Egypt, the pyramids were already getting stripped. There were no more kings. So I mean, there's a huge gap there where it didn't work that way.
I can see what you're saying, you know?
Yeah. So, like I said, it's hard to know exactly what the translations should say, or what the people who put them on the walls meant. Um, so as far as I'm concerned, it's not it's not something that can be 100%. It's
Yeah.
pretty much all based on theory and what this could have been and what this could have meant. But at the same time, it's I mean, you can't really just big reds in the house.
What the hell?
So it, everything from more pretty much all religions, as far as I can tell, are not exact. No original to look at and say this is exactly what that God found and said is how it is. I mean, anyone that believes it's the original writing of Jesus, whatever, it doesn't make sense to me. It's like, first of all, how could anything that old be legible for one? How do you know that that's a language you can interpret? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. which brings me to my next segment. I brought up evolution on Dreads, and it made me so many gaps that evolution as don't have a word. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I just not grab onto creation. It doesn't make sense. There's not enough behind it for me to use that as a thing. So I've decided that I still believe evolution, but it has to be, obviously it has to be, so the time before, when everything was created to the time of where I understand evolution is so far apart that I can't put any of them together. I can't use them as either or. But like I said, I just can't believe someone snapped fingers and that's what it was. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, I can actually agree with that just because I find it interesting when it talks about like when the Bible talks about the firmament, it talks about it being hammered out like a fine looking glass. Like basically like a mirror. And to do that, that's interesting.
Okay, but here's the problem I have with that. A dome, and let's say, because I thought about it for a while, I thought maybe like shooting stars would be, maybe those are meteorites that hit the dome. But at the same time, with all the thousands and thousands of years that it would have hit the dome, wouldn't you see marks? What is it made out of? For me, there is no dome. It's the barrier between space and our atmosphere is what I would consider, quote unquote, the dome. It's kind of hard for me to grab onto space having water out there. Mainly,
So I have
if it was water, to me, if it was water, like during the day it's blue, at night there would still be spots of blue rather than it just going dark, because there's still light, there's things reflecting off of it, and the sky doesn't look wavy. It's a you know what I mean? It's a smooth pattern basically. There's no wave like if you looked at a lake or an ocean.
But at the same time, you mean as if the water was situated upon the dome?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing.
Okay.
Go ahead.
As for that, you would have to do an experiment, as in like put like a bowl or something, like a glass bowl, and put water on top of it, so that, but in a way so that the water surrounds the bowl and doesn't leave. And you would have to see for yourself. But I mean, I'm pretty sure if the Earth is still, then waters above wouldn't be, if that makes sense. Plus, it's sitting on the dome. So I mean, I am one to believe in the dome because as you, I mean, if there was no dome, then these people should be able to get somewhere when they go straight up, which means they wouldn't have to rockets and go into the
They'd
water.
be able to
No.
go somewhere, right?
Okay, see, that's the issue. I get how and why that works that way. So if say if they shot straight up to that's where the biggest issue I have right now, trying to figure out, because I still do believe that they can get into low orbit, and they use rockets to do it. As to the only way to keep them there would be to orbit something. Not necessarily meaning that this is a ball at all. One thing that kind of grabbed me towards still believing in it is that, you know, the ISS, rockets, all these satellites, they don't ever, they're always supposed to be 24-hour live streams, but everyone knows those things cut out for hours on end all the time. And I was thinking that's when they're under the flat Earth, and that's what they don't want us to see. And then today I was at Dredge just chilling, thinking, and I realized all that talk, you know, about the silica trees and all that stuff. It was thinking, what if that's what's on the bottom of flat Earth? Because when I've done all the chemical breakdowns and the research on trying to figure out how that could work, it can't work in a carbon-based atmosphere. It doesn't bind the same way carbon does. But if it doesn't have a carbon-based / oxygen atmosphere, then it could. And maybe that's what's on the bottom of the Earth. And that's why, you know, that's even why it's even come up.
But okay, you said.
But they
No,
haven't
I
gotten to
wanted
the
to.
bottom of the Earth yet. They've only been
No,
able to
we
go
have
down
no,
8 miles.
we haven't gone to the bottom of the Earth. Like I said, I believe that we're in rockets. I believe that. So if they can take a rocket and they can go into space, they may be able to see that. It's not like we can go to, you know, we can just go look over the edge and look under. Now,
But
I don't believe that there are these giant trees and mountains that are really trees out down there, but I'm saying that's the only way I could possibly think of the silica to work for any possible way. You know what I mean? Because I what I've been doing is I have to thank fam Dre Mattis. He's pretty much the one I've been doing just insane building with about this subject. I mean, I've probably done so much research on chemicals and just elements and how things break down and work. And the problem with silica is, so carbon, it binds the way it binds, or things. I'm sorry, the way elements bind to carbon is the reason why everything's carbon based. Now, for anything here to be a silica based isn't possible, because being with silica, carbon, and hydrogen, everything would basically become rock. Now, that's whenever I think that's why people think those certain objects are that way. But here's the kicker to it: with silica, it's not something that binds right. So it may do it once with certain different elements, but it won't duplicate itself. It won't stay consistent. So what would happen is you may have one tree that would be quote unquote 1,000 feet tall, but 10 million other trees would be at 10 million different shapes and sizes, if they even could possibly happen. The other issue is in a carbon-based atmosphere like we have, the process that silica goes through to become what they're saying these monolithic towers are of trees, it doesn't work that way. So basically what I'm saying is, for Devil's Tower to be one of these trees, it would have to go against everything that our carbon and our atmosphere goes. Sorry. So what happens is rocks become cobble, or become, we call it shot rock, which is broken up rock, and then it becomes sand. Then it becomes fine sand. But if it was a silica based, it would literally go the opposite direction, from a fine silica to grains to shot rock to boulders, and then become these massive mountains. And there's nothing that has any evidence that shows that process happens, where it's reversed from what everything does happen. We see mountains elevations drop. We see rock breaking in half. We see the shot rock. We see it breaking down to grains. We see that breaking down into deserts. That's what our deserts are.
What would happen if it was underwater for a while?
Okay, now that's the other problem. Silica and water are like enemies. If when silica gets wet, solidifies. It becomes a hard rock. Now that's another basis I think people go on. But how does a tree grow so tall? How does it live so long if it instantly becomes a solidified object with water? If it survives on water, how could it? Or if it water solidifies and makes it rock and die, how does it survive? What does it survive off of?
Have you ever checked out the hyperbaric chambers?
Yeah, yeah.
That's based on the technology and the guys that came up with that design. They they based it off the fact that the the air pressure, the oxygen levels would have been much different if there was less water on the earth. Like, and that
But
kind of fits in actually with, all those cities that they're finding underwater.
that makes sense. But see, the thing is that it may have not been where it is, but it has always been here. We definitely know we've had glaciers. The ice has melted forth over millions of years. Um, Almost know for sure our oceans are glacier meltdowns. Actually, a guy that is one of the guys that made me start going down these rabbit holes, Infected Joker. I actually wanted to talk about. I'm not sure if you guys on the panel have seen the stars in a jar.
Wait, say that again?
I have in a jar. They basically make what they believe a star is in a jar of water. A lot of the water outside the firmament comes from besides the Bible readings and everything.
Yeah.
The problem I have with that is, and when I looked into it, was that basically when you look at the stars in a jar, you're looking at a light source that basically a light source inside that jar. Now, when you look at stars, there's no light source for you to see. So how they could compare the two kind of makes me confused.
Well,
Yeah, I can't let you get away from that, Sean. About the low orbit. How you say you still think they can get in low Earth orbit? But my question would be, how? Like basically how? Because if it's a flat plane, what is causing it to orbit as such? Unless it's the same electromagnetism that causes the sun and moon to go in this path. That's the only other way I can see it.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
Basically, I don't understand how, because you said you still believe in low Earth orbit.
Yes.
And basically, what I'm saying is if it's a flat plane, there is no gravity. And basically, what would be keeping it in that low Earth orbit? What would be keeping it in that low Earth orbit other than electromagnetism, which fuels the sun and the moon?
Well, my version, what I believe that keeps us on the ground, keeps everything falling, is our atmospheric pressure. And once you leave our atmosphere, that pressure isn't forcing you down. So that, not that it's there's
what's creating
yeah
pressure?
the same thing that keeps a balloon a balloon. The same thing that keeps basically
But a
that's
balloon has an outside covering though.
okay. Well, if you
Right.
it's the same way. So
If you get rid of
I
that,
gotta
you no
find it.
longer have a flying balloon.
Say again? Yeah, but if the best way I can explain it is there's a YouTube video I saw. I have to find it. Basically, they found it's called a lake in a lake. They found this in salt water as well. Um,
I've seen the video. I know what you're
okay,
talking
so
about.
yeah, so basically, with it, I guess the different compounds mix oil water. Same, as far as I'm concerned, it's kind of almost the exact same thing, where they can be next to each other, but they won't mix. They won't become one. I feel that our atmosphere and space is the exact same way. I think that is quote the dome.
Okay, so wait. Okay, all right, on the
That's
heliocentric
water.
model, they can enter this space. So, all right, on the flat Earth models, if you believe that this space still exists, then they must be able to go somewhere then on your model.
We can go somewhere.
As in, like, okay, so do you believe that the space up there is infinite, or do you just believe that it's limited
I,
to some?
I feel it is as infinite as we can prove.
So the sky is blue for how long?
The sky is blue as long as our oceans are blue.
Well, how far do you have to get away before it's no longer blue?
Um, I've never been that high, but I can assume somewhere in the 125, 130,000 foot range.
120,000.
120,000
I,
feet, the sky is still
I,
blue.
no, I don't think it is. I've never been there, so I can't say for sure. That's the other thing. I'm very quick to say, hey, I don't know, and it is only a theory in my brain of why and how. Now I can say I know I believe the sky is blue because of the oceans, because there are places that you can go where the oceans are so far from where you're located that the sky doesn't have the same blue as I see on the coast.
But I'm still curious about this. I'm trying to get where you are with this whole space thing. So with space, if it's as infinite as you said, it's as infinite as we can prove. All right, so that means that if they go straight up, nothing will limit them. So that's saying, okay, we should go straight up, 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 and up and up until we find something, and that will also not limit them to being able to go so high up. So basically, what I'm saying is these rockets, they curve them so early when they take off, and you actually never really see them go straight up to this in nothingness.
Well, when I say endless nothing, it's the same thing as um, how far past the wall can you go? And
Wait,
that's
I'm
the
confused.
the endless, as much as as can be proven, is basically the same thing. You know the ice wall is there, right? But you
Right.
don't know how far. It's why there is a discussion of an endless plane. That's why there is a discussion of that, because it is as infinity as you can prove.
But with the endless planes, it's kind of we can grasp it more because we see and we experience a flat plane and we've never seen an end to it. And I can understand what you mean about how we look up and we've never seen the end to the skies. But at the
Yeah,
same
because
time, it's kind of that's a
that's the other thing. You asked, when does the blue stop? Every night.
no, that was a Uber.
Yeah, or it's just in general though. I'm saying every night it stops.
Oh, yeah, right. But at the same time, I'm just all right. So look, all right. So look. Basically, I do believe there's a dome because I don't this and this might not be a good reason for it, but basically in Texas, it's something you can't see in the city, or at least I haven't seen. You look up in Texas, the stars stand out a little bit more, and it's so many more stars, and you can kind of see the little. It's just like they're uniformed all on the same level. Some might be brighter, some might be dimmer, but they all look uniformed on the same level. And for it to be a dome, it makes more sense because if you uniform it on nothing, then I mean you could, but it makes more sense to be uniformed on a dome.
But if it was a dome, hear me out. If it was a dome and the guess the dome would have to be under. We'll just throw this number 200,000 feet, right? We'll just say that's a random number. Um, you would still be able. You would see a light source. The reason I believe that it is infinite as we can prove is because we know, or what I've seen or researched, um, when we look at stars, we don't see a light. We see light, but there is no light source. So that means that light source has to be further than we could possibly ever see.
But wait, but dog cam proved that the sun was not really that far away from that one video, as far as I saw. My eyes showed that it was a sun that showed that it was right exactly there. I mean, not exactly on the same level as the camera, which was about 120,000 feet, but somewhere not from that. But basically, another question I had was, okay, now if there were this infinite darkness that why would they have to cut their cameras before they get up there? Now, if it was okay, so if it was infinite space up there on the flat Earth, then they should be able to go straight up and not have to cut the cameras at curved lens.
I believe the cutting of the camera is obviously because they don't want us to see something. Um, as for the direction rockets take off, even to return, to observe, to go any direction, they would have to do that angle to gain the speed you need.
I
Like I said,
see.
I don't understand 100% how it works. I've never been up there, so it's all basically what I've observed and the reasoning I can come up with. I mean, that's the best I can say on that. That's the main reason why when people want to start talking about well, the celestial stars and all this stuff, like I don't really get into it because I don't have enough understanding about it to even take what someone says as what it actually is. So, like, you said the stars on the dome. I have to take that in, and I have to take that in consideration. I have to view it and and take it for what it's worth, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I'm just asking questions so I understand what the extents of this infinity that you're talking about. But where my dome kind of thing comes from is when I look up, it's kind of it's more like I I can't actually see it, but I feel it's actually there. So it's really more of a spiritual thing. I look up and I can kind of like okay, not during the day, but at night. And The Simpsons, The Simpsons, they put a lot of those out there. This is not
Mm.
my strongest reason for believing in the dome, but it's something to consider. They got under the dome, not Mormons, but I forgot the name of it. But then you got Simpsons, you got under the dome. So many things that talk about this covering being placed over people, and it's always glass, and it's always this arc, this dome, but it's always glass. And then you got Simpsons. They hit the ball out the park, and then it cracks the dome open, and it brings the wires down. And
One thing that
most of the ancients,
the one of the things that I've actually thought about when you're saying a lot of the symbolism and the having to stay stuff type thing. The one thing I found odd that you never hear about is Anonymous or WikiLeaks,
right?
because they never talk about flat Earth or the dome or even what the real things that are going on in space. I mean, they talk about a lot of NASA stuff, but no one ever does get into details about all the questions that we do have.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like I don't what I wouldn't understand, because like I go through a lot of the WikiLeaks, and my main thing when I do is I like to go through like this the top secret stuff, the stuff that wasn't supposed to be unclassified. And it doesn't make sense to me
Right.
when NASA or our governments talk about terrestrial travel or terrestrial um, anything, why they would be talking about it and it be secret if it wasn't there.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I
But
thought
at the same
about
time,
that too.
there isn't another version either. It's not like they're going this flat Earth psyops, or you know what I mean. You would think those things would be
Right.
there too, but they're not. You would think,
Yeah.
um, when there was the nuclear proliferation in 62, 63. A lot of people were thinking, and I for a long time thought that they were setting up all those nukes primarily to see if they can fire their nukes and be able to hit other countries, Russia to America, America to Russia, vice versa. Um, but I did a lot of reading into it, and I actually found a lot of paperwork or documents that were saying that for a good 10 years, one of NASA's and the military's main reason for collaborating was to what they were. It's crazy. They were trying to destroy the inner Van Allen belt, which seemed odd to me because they also say that the Van Allen belt is what protects us. It's something that, you know what I mean? The frequency and the magnetic and the radiation that it comes from, it literally deflects stuff. So to me, it's like, why would they spend all this time trying to destroy it if it protects us?
You talk
No,
the
no, no, no.
belt. I think you're talking about the magnetic field. The magnetic field protects against CMEs, the
No,
coronal
but
mass ejections from the sun.
yeah, but that's the Van Allen belt. That is what the Van Allen belt. One of the elements that is projected from the Van Allen belt that we read too.
Really? Wait,
Yeah,
wait. The Earth's magnetic field won't let them leave. Won't let them leave Earth.
because that you got to
I never.
remember, that's also why the Van Allen belt is there. They kind of go hand in hand with each other.
Okay,
So to
no, okay,
destroy,
now.
I was gonna go. I was gonna say, basically, they wouldn't work without each other.
Oh, I
Not
see
to
what you
say
mean. I see what
not
you
saying
mean.
it's the same thing, but they are one. They are one because they don't work without each other.
Right, I see what you mean.
And then it tripped me out because in 95, wait, yeah, 95, they sent up I think it was the Explorer 1 with that. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure people my age probably won't remember it too well. Older will. They shot out. They had a thing that was on a tether connected to the shuttle that was supposed to basically collect all these magnetic things and parts of the Van Allen belt to just to collect it and it'd be less. And to me, that was them trying to figure out a way to make a hole or something so they could actually get through it. But at the same time, if you destroy this thing, doesn't that make us vulnerable to stuff from what they've said?
Yeah.
Now, the other part is for me, I can't say that everything NASA does and says is a lie because if that is the case, half of what we argue and show would make no sense.
Well, I believe that they build their lives from 1%, 0.1% of truth.
Oh
So
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah. I think there's so many branches. Like there's one truth, there is the truth, and then they branch off. So okay, we went to the moon. Oh nope, they don't believe that. Okay, well over here we did this. Okay, oh they said that's okay. We did that. Then kind of branches off, and then by the it's been what 50 years, 60 years. That web is so widespread that they have to literally just kind of backtrack and just run with whatever they got, or just not even answer to a lot of the things people are saying. Because as far as everyone's concerned, hey, turn a camera around 180 degrees, it solves everything. But they don't even want to do that. Then I've heard people go, well, why would they do that? Because people want them to. Well, because the majority of people think they're liars.
facts.
So when for me, when I'm thinking of space, the dome, everything, I have to play. I mean, I've said it. I have to play devil's advocate with it. I have to. If I hadn't,
Right.
I wouldn't have become flat Earth.
Right.
It would have been
But at the
impossible for
same
it to
time,
happen.
I see it as like you really have to be careful and pay close attention. But at the same time, you do have to play devil's advocate because it kind of it's like standing in the middle and watching two people fight without being biased. You
Yes.
who is really who, and it shows you who is really which side is the bad side, which side is the good side, or if both sides are equally wrong, or if both sides are equally right, but just don't understand each other.
It forces you to critique the rights and the wrongs of both.
Right.
And if you don't, you become very one sided, and it literally does make you. It makes your theories and your facts haphazard.
Right.
So
Ex-
you have to look at everything for what it is. I mean, we have to have done something out of our atmosphere for it to even be something to ever be talked about.
That's where I disagree at. Think about it. They have 500 years to look up and say, "Oh, they could have just let their imagination go wild. Like, oh yeah, let's make it infinite. Let's make a lot of places like this place. Let's create a lot of hot stuff. Let's create this little black thing that sucks all the hot stuff and everything else into it. And let's put that black thing in the middle of a galaxy and make all of those bright hot burning stuff on that And outside those galaxies, we don't know. It might be a web or something, and we might be a speck upon a dandelion or something. And you like Horton Hears a Who. I think he picked up a dandelion, and it was a world in it. I mean, these people, like you can see it in movies how creative these people can be. So if they let their mind, like if people fight, if you men in black everybody for 500 years, they change the whole heliocentric model and make it believable.
Okay, now flip that around. Remember, before that, 500 years ago, everyone believed it was flat, right?
Right.
What if all this 500 years has been them trying to change that? 500 years to, like you said, 500 years to make it a ball. But then we have to figure out why, because we can't say that our government we can't say the Antarctic Treaty means anything unless we're using, okay, this whole 500 years to why they're doing it. Because we didn't just figure out the Antarctic Treaty was that we didn't find out it was, they didn't decide that it was that we can't find out what's beyond the wall. What was it? 70, 80 years ago. Something happened 500 years ago. That's what we need to figure out. Everyone's looking at the treaty, looking at why can't we go to the wall now. We need to figure out why they're doing that. That's the big what's going on.
Well, I feel like they did that because 500. Well, maybe 500. I'm not sure if 500 years ago that they were going to the ice wall, but I'm pretty sure that they did that because when you got to the ice wall, it would confirm who is right. Either the plane people was right, or the dome people was right, or maybe it was both right. Maybe it's infinite with the dome.
Mm. Yeah, no, I agree. One of the things I was thinking, you remember how during the gold rush, people from UK, Europe, East Coast of the United States, everyone flooded West Coast. What if that was the same case? What if something like, what if whatever is at that wall or beyond the wall is that valuable that if we knew about it, everyone would go there? I mean, the Richard E. Byrd thing to me is hard to grasp as proof of a wall or proof of anything flat like that. But the words that he said, the plentiful, the amounts of minerals and riches, he made it very clear there is something valuable there. Now, natural resources and that stuff to me doesn't seem good enough for our government to do that. We know Alaska has so much natural resources, it's ridiculous. There's hundreds of companies up there drilling every day. So why would that be so much more important in Antarctica? There's got to be something bigger, something everyone would go to. Now, to say there's more, if it's infinite, or that there is other lands and people there, to me, doesn't seem the same. We know there's other people in South America, but half of us have never even thought about going to South.
Hello?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay.
You still there?
You just go short now.
All right, my bad. I mean, you heard what I said and everything about South America?
I heard what you said about we know there's people in South America, but we never thought about going.
Yeah, it's just it's just one more thing that I think about when it comes to everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm forced to think one thing. I'm forced to think about one thing that will branch to 5 things. Those 5 things always branch me to 15 things, and it makes me, everything always goes around, and then I have to change it
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, that's probably me. Yeah, it's crazy. But as far as things are going with the stream, I appreciate all my mods that are doing their best to ban all the jealous people who obviously have no intellect and obviously have nothing of value to say because they obviously they can't just do anything but troll. Um, it's actually kind of comical if you think about it. I mean, if they put that much effort into flat Earth or globe, whatever, they'd probably get pretty far. But I think they're missing half their brains so that they're not able to, stay logical about stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I have my moments where I just like to go on a rampage, but I do. But like that much, the amount of time that they invested into it, like to the point of having like 80 to 5 to 36 accounts just to troll somebody.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Well,
extreme.
well, as far as I'm like, the thing is for a person like me, and I'm pretty sure you feel the same way. Banning people is fun as shit. I hope to have a
Right.
I hope to have a list of 600 trolls. I would be so proud of my mods. I mean, it's to me, it's
Yeah.
not hard for me to listen or talk and ban people at the same time. It's fun.
Hey, who knows? Maybe I make that list.
and
Or maybe I
and then
already have.
and yeah, and then the other thing is it's like I wonder if these people ever think about, okay, what would I do if one of these people actually knew I was that troll or I was there? Like, oh shit, hey, you're blah blah blah. Yeah, you were trolling my channel and you were talking shit and fucking with my family. Guess what's about to happen? You know what I mean? I would give
Exposed.
Yeah, I would give respect to a troll that showed their faces and was like, I'm a fucking troll. You have to, compared to all the others.
Right.
But at the same time, don't get in front of me. Like I said, I love banning them. It's not anything to me. As far as I'm concerned, the people in the chat, most of the time are here to listen, not really do hours of chatting, typing and shit. So the banning is like, the fun part, keeps it there while you listen because it's not hard to listen and ban. It's actually pretty fucking easy. So
Right.
I'm not really sure what that does. I don't share my chat on the screen, so it's not like these names and these obscenities are getting on the screen to fuck up my stream.
Right.
So as far as
Yeah. No.
it just doesn't make sense. I mean, yeah, I've trolled a few globe rooms now, but at the same time, I don't do that shit. I go in there and go, "You're stupid, you're wrong," and then 5-10 minutes, and I dip out. I can't imagine
Uh,
how this is fun to somebody.
well, to somebody who has nothing else to do, maybe they just get like some kind of sick little spin off of it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're beating off to their troll names. Easy. That's why they call them socks.
Oh wow. Wow.
Just a theory. Just a theory.
Just a theory. Yo, that is a wild theory. Yo, you took it over to
Hey,
2000.
but when you think about reality, it's probably as close as you're gonna get to why they do it.
Yo.
Just saying.
You went over the top with that one.
And with that, my friends and family, I'm ending this cast. I am done thinking of entertaining and logical things to say. Me and Jay are going to talk shit to each other for a little bit in the back chat and do what we do. I'd like to thank
Yep.
everybody for being here, listening for 2 hours. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. I have You have no idea, trolls, how much I appreciate you guys picking up and making my views look like my streams are that interesting. Thank you. 'Cause that's the other thing you guys do that I'm not sure why, but you guys make a lot of my really boring streams that I believe are boring. I got like 300 views on some of them, and I'm just like, damn, 300. And I remember it is you guys, but thank you because you are coming here. You are acknowledging that I am here, and that to me,
And
I
your
am
breath
upsetting
does
you.
stink.
Yeah, I'm upsetting you, which means obviously I'm doing pretty damn good. Because when you think about it, if I was streaming and I had zero trolls, I'd be no. I mean, that means they're not worried about me. That means I'm not saying anything they're worried about me saying.
Facts.
Everything. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Thank you, Morky. We're
Is that
family. Don't
everything? My
worry.
#1 fan.
Uh, Rain of Fire. I know you, but I don't remember enough to wrench you, my friend. Come back again soon. Bunny, you're 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 like you're like number one fam.
My #1.
You, you actually guys, Bunny is the reason I consider myself the frontline general. Every chat she reminds me that I am pushing hard to just say fuck you, Globe.
Buddy, why you be lying to this man? He is not front. This man is somewhere in the back.
Yeah, man. Here we go. Space
Back.
Can man. Um,
Somewhere
Titan, you're my brother, man.
back.
Straight up, you are literally family to me. Um, I love how you cut people off
Even though he'll cut you
for no for no reason. It's no, seriously. It is what makes Titan Titan. And if he didn't do it, I'd be scared. I would worry. I would wonder what is wrong with Titan. Why isn't he cutting some motherfuckers off right now?
right.
You know what I mean?
That's horrible.
It's
That is so
horrible, but
horrible.
it's true. Hey, that's what makes him. And if he didn't do it, there'd be something wrong. And if he stopped doing it, I'd be pissed.
Like when he shit on himself. Look, you wouldn't be you if you stop shitting on yourself. Look, we understand you can control your explosive diarrhea, but look, at some point you just gotta grow out of it. You gotta grow out of it, man.
Yeah. So basically, I'm not sure if Tiffany's still out there. Tiffany, I love you. You're my little sis. You aggravate the shit out of me, but I still love you. Uh, I don't really.
Sorry.
I hope Danny's still there. Danny,
Rest
blink
in peace.
once. I didn't say that. Earlier, Infected Joker, you asked the question of why you got a wrench. That time you were at Threads, you were you put me in a rabbit hole for about 8.5 hours of research, and that means a lot to me. My family knows that if it's something that if I'm willing to research it and go that deep into something on at one time, uh, you're an important person to the build. I hope you come around a lot more. Um, you need to stop. You need to come by Dreads a lot more. I've actually been on the panel a lot, so I haven't really seen the chat as much, but I hope to see you a lot more, dog. You are an exceptional build, so that is why you got my wrench. You got a wrench on my channel, and hope to see you again. Yes, Tiff is here. I hate you, love you. Jay,
I hate
what you say?
that I love you.
Oh God,
What'd you say?
you just ruined everything. Don't ever,
Yo, put the chat on
ever.
slow mode. Just put the chat on slow mode. It can
You know
you
what?
can stop these
I'm an
trolls quick.
asshole. I am a super dick. I apologize,
Put the
chat.
chat.
Wow.
Yeah, put it
I
on
didn't even think about
slow
that.
mode.
Not, you know why? Because I don't even look at the chat. I'm an asshole. I know this.
Yeah, it would
But
greatly stop these.
but for everyone in the chat that doesn't have a link to this panel, just remember there are people in that chat right now that have a link that could have said something to me. So blame them, not me.
Yeah. I would suggest put it on now because these trolls are just bad to back,
Wait, I don't.
bad to back.
Where do I go for slow chat?
You should be in
Hey,
stream.
put it this way. This is the way we get ready for trolls. This is troll exercise one. I mean, I'm looking for the chat to help everyone out, but even then, fuck you. It always feels good to be on a panel and not really have to worry about it so much. Um, like I said, I'm
Yeah,
stupid and I'm looking. I'm looking.
it should be
Oh,
where your stream is. Scroll down, and
mhm.
I think it should be somewhere in there. It should say
In the control room,
slow.
right?
I think.
That would end the. No, you know what? I'll figure it out, people.
Ooh,
But for now, I love you all. I'm ending the stream. I'm tired. I'm done talking. I'm just done. I'm done.
good
I
night,
can't talk to
everything. Have
people
everything.
anymore. I love you. All
Shut
right, I'm
up.
done.
Shut up, Sean. I'm
I'm
doing my outro.
no,
Shut up. I'm doing
no,
my
no. Wait,
outro.
no.
I'm
I
doing
will
my
steal your
outro, Sean.
outro and I will play it for you. Actually, I am
Well,
going to
you know
go ahead
what?
and try that again. Go ahead and say your goodbyes. And while you say your goodbyes, I'm going to try to share this video again for the people because it's awesome. And I stole all the
Yeah.
information off of it.
Good night. Oh yeah, you did steal
I
all
stole
of
the
it. You
shit out
said
of it. Yeah, hell yeah. I got nope. I'm
because
not
guess
lying
who you
about it at
stole
all.
it from?
You, you, Jay, and Logic. I stole all the shit you guys are about to see from them, and I appreciate that for it. If it wasn't for them, you guys wouldn't be able to see this shit.
All right, let me do my shout outs. All right, shout out everything, everything, everything.
You really just wanted
Let
to
me
say that.
see. Shut up. Shout out. I don't know you. Let me see. Shout out Morky. Shout out Infinite Head Society, aka Flat Earth Jamaican Titan. Shout out Inquisitive Bunny.
I'm just happy you can
Shout
read.
out Love and Peace. Can't read. I'm on Google Translate right now. They translated to sign language now.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, cool.
Yeah. I speak midget too. So yeah, we can always conversate. But yeah, it's Jamaican type. He probably somewhere. He probably in his house cutting people off. Nigga, you need to stop cutting people off. This man cutting people off in his brain. Lives for it. You getting cut off. You getting cut off. Like damn. Man, cut off people. Ain't even talking to him. They're Jamaican Titan.
Wait, Tom, man, this is my channel. What are you telling me to shut up for?
Hey,
You
hey,
done,
hey, shut up. Go say it again,
dude.
all right? Hey, you done now. Skrrr. You done now. Yo, when you get done stream, look his name, Roadman Shack.
I hate you so much. I don't think anyone knows
Roadman
the
Shack.
true. I think I want to hit you. That's what I want. Can I?
Ah,
I'm
you
gonna
gonna
play this
hey, bro,
now.
look, bro,
You're not
I'm
saying
not
anything
hey, bro.
important. I'm gonna play this now.
Hey, bro,
Hush.
look, I don't roll that way. All right, Sean? I don't roll that way. Yeah. Enough.
It's all your fault.
It's all my fault. Yo, what are you doing, you idiot? It's fault.
By turning Earth into a spinning ball turned around the sun and shot through infinite space from a godless Big Bang that turned humanity into a random, meaningless, purposeless, accidental, wound-up universe.
Hey, hey.